Trump hits dozens more countries with steep tariffs. By your name. Washington, August 1, 2025. In a sweeping extension of his protectionist trade policies, U.S. President Donald Trump has signed executive orders imposing steep new tariffs on imports from dozens of trading partners. The move, announced on July 31, 2025 and timed just ahead of a critical trade deal deadline on August 1, marks a significant escalation in the administration's use of emergency powers to reshape global trade dynamics. New tariff regime targets 69 countries. According to the executive order, tariffs ranging from 10% to 41% will be applied to imports from 69 trading partners, based on the U.S.'s trade balance and other strategic considerations. Specific rates include 35% on many Canadian goods, citing insufficient cooperation on fentanyl smuggling. 50% on Brazilian exports, with notable exemptions for sectors like aircraft, energy, orange juice, humanitarian goods, and cultural items. 25% on Indian goods, while negotiations remain ongoing. 20% on Taiwanese exports, although Taiwan's president regards this rate as temporary and expects to secure a lower rate. 39% on Swiss exports. 30% on South African imports. A 10% baseline tariff will apply to all other countries not listed among the 69. The administration frames these as reciprocal tariffs, aimed at pressuring trading partners to reduce their own trade barriers and help close the U.S. trade deficit. However, economic analysts have criticized the approach for relying on simplistic calculations and questionable logic. Legal challenges and market disruption. These measures are rooted in Trump's invocation of the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, IEEPA, which he first used during his April Liberation Day tariffs. While courts have already issued rulings suggesting the IEEPA-based tariffs may exceed presidential authority, current legal challenges are on appeal. Tariffs remain in effect for now. Financial markets responded with caution. Analysts noted that U.S. stock and international markets were unsettled, particularly in Asia, where the new tariffs intensified concerns about global trade tensions. Strategic implications ahead. Trump's latest trade actions appear aimed at advancing his broader economic agenda, boosting domestic manufacturing, warning foreign leaders into concessions, and leveraging emergency legal powers to sidestep traditional congressional trade authority. The 10-day window before the tariffs take effect gives importers and foreign governments limited time to adapt. Meanwhile, ongoing negotiations, with some countries granted relief, signal that more bilateral agreements may follow. Quick facts overview. Aspect details. Scope: tariffs on imports from 69 countries, baseline 10% for others. Highest tariff rates: Brazil, 50%, Canada, 35%, Switzerland, 39%, South Africa, 30%. Other significant rates: India, 25%, Taiwan, 20%. Legal status based on IEEPA, currently under federal appeals court review. Global reaction: market volatility, diplomatic friction, some countries negotiating deals. Taken together, President Trump's new tariffs mark one of the boldest assertions of executive trade authority in recent U.S. history. Critics warn of legal overreach and economic fallout, while supporters argue it's a necessary correction for decades of trade imbalance. With the September-October G7 meetings and upcoming federal appeals court decisions on the horizon, the true impact of these measures remains to be seen.